Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So I'm pretty excited to make this video today. We're talking about the case of Nguyen v. Bonta out of the state of California. That is the lawsuit that is challenging California's 1 in 30 day scheme, basically firearms rationing or a prohibition of your constitutional rights for a 30-day period. We just had a major move in this case, and it's a move that I think is very exciting. We also have a date where the court is going to hear oral arguments in this case. Finally, that date is set, and it's coming up very soon. So we could see the end of the 1 in 30 law very soon. Let's talk about what's going on. Now, real quick, I just want to thank everybody for watching these videos. And if you're one of those people who is not yet subscribed, show your support for the Constitution by smashing that subscribe button. If you're interested in videos like this in the future, hit that little alarm bell. That'll let you know when new videos come out. But again, thank you to everybody who watches and subscribes. Okay, so let's go and talk about what's going on here. Now, if you're not completely familiar with what the 1 in 30 law is, it is about as bad as it can get because it is essentially a 30-day prohibition on your right to acquire arms. And yes, there is a right to acquire, because without the right to acquire, there essentially wouldn't be a right at all. So you do have a right to acquire. But in California, if you go in to get something, and let's say that you're going on a hunting trip and you want to get more than one thing, too bad. You can only get one serialized item per visit, and that is when the timer starts. A 30-day timer is set that says that you're not allowed to acquire anything else until that 30-day timer has expired. Once it's expired, you can go back in and get one more serialized item. So as you can see, that's why a lot of people call it, firearms rationing and stuff in the state of California, because that's essentially what it is. But you have these 30-day prohibitions, one at a time, that basically prevents you from doing anything else. That is what is being challenged with Nguyen v. Bonta. That is a case by the FPC, and this case has been moving on for a while now. So let's talk about what just happened. Now, whenever you see a big lawsuit like this, especially one that has such broad implications across the country and would stop other states from implementing something similar, which is what I see happening in a lot of different states, you get a lot of support. A lot of times you get, one or two or maybe even three big organizations that tend to jump on board, and they will write briefs in support of the plaintiffs in this case being Nguyen, Bonta being the Attorney General of the state of California. But I've never seen anything like this. Take a look at this. And afterwards, I'll tell you guys when the effective date of the oral arguments is going to be. Now, this all just happened yesterday on 6/4, and I've been talking about this stuff here on YouTube for well over a decade now, and it is rare to see this many huge groups jump on board in support of a specific plaintiff. So this is massive, and this is what leads me to believe that we will win this case. Not to mention the fact that it's just clearly a violation of our constitutional rights. But I mean, take a look at some of these names. Again, these just jumped on yesterday writing an amicus brief to the 9th Circuit Court of Appeals. We have Gun Owners of California, Gun Owners of America, Inc., Gun Owners Foundation, the Heller Foundation, Tennessee Firearms Association, Tennessee Firearms Foundation, Virginia Citizens Defense League, Virginia Citizens Defense Foundation, America's Future Inc., U.S. Constitutional Rights Legal Defense Fund, and Conservative Legal Defense Fund, and Education Fund in support of plaintiffs' appellees and affirmants. And then we also have the NSSF. They've jumped on board with a brief of their own. The National Rifle Association has jumped on board with a brief of their own. And then we also have the CRPA, Second Amendment Law Center, and Operation Blazing Sword Pink Pistols in support of the appellees in this one. So again, some big names that are showing up here. So this, is absolutely huge. Okay, so when are we going to finally get oral arguments in Nguyen v. Bonta? Well, the date has finally been scheduled, and we have been waiting on this for a long time. Oral arguments are scheduled for August 14th of this year. So in just a couple months, we will have oral arguments. Now, I am really curious to see how the state is going to defend this one, and I'll probably do a live stream so that we could see it all together. Because there is no historical precedent for this modern day law. That means that the state is going to have to look back in time from the ratification of the Second Amendment, and they're going to have to find some type of historical tradition of this type of regulation regulation that existed back then, and there was no type of regulation that is similar, even slightly similar to today's law. So they're not going to find any type of historical analog whatsoever, but they're going to try and lean on something, and I'm curious what that something is. So again, I don't really know how to do that. I'm going to have to do a little research on how to live stream things like that, maybe talk to some of my buddies and see if they know. But I want to do a live stream and see where California goes with this, because it's indefensible in my own personal opinion. But we'll watch it together. That's what I want to see. Anyway, I want to thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for dorking out with me on this, legal stuff that's going on with Nguyen v. Bonta. You guys have a great day.